Hello Year 1 and welcome to Home Learning Phonics. This is week 12 and I'm Mrs. Board and we're going to try a different style of phonics this week. Children, you'll notice that it's very similar to the phonics that we do in class and we'd like to give this a try for your home learning this week, so hopefully you can help whoever's at home and show them what we do in class. Okay, so let's start our phonics lesson. Looking forward to doing this with you today. Okay, so, oh no, the minion has covered all of my words with black paint. I had them all ready for you. Okay, well with this challenge, Year 1 children, what we're going to do is practice reading some of our Phase 5 words. Now these are our tricky words, so they're our words that you can't sound out. So you can't segment and blend these words. These are words that you have to learn to read by sight. So I'll reveal each one, and if you have a go at reading by sight each of the words that I reveal behind each black paint splatter. So let's have a go. Well done if you've got them all at home. Well done if you're giving it your best try. You might see these words in some of the books that you've been reading. Some of these are also our high frequency words, so they come up in our reading a lot of the time. Okay, and last one. Okay, well done if you were able to read all of these by sight. If there are any that you didn't get, maybe your mummy or daddy or whoever's at home could write them down for you, as they could be some of your ones to have a little extra practice of. Okay, now let's go through them and see if you were right. So we've got O, asked, there, called, Mrs, people, could, Mr, and looked. Okay, now in our next challenge, we'd like you to have a go at now trying to spell. This is slightly harder now, to try and spell those Phase 5 words. So those words that you can't segment and blend. So with this task, this activity, you're going to have to perhaps close your eyes and try and picture the words as I say them. So try and picture the shape of the word. Try and think whether you've seen that word in a book before, whether you've written that word before. Have a think about what that word looks like and what letters you think might be within the word. So the first word that I'd like you to try and spell at home, grab yourself a pencil and paper if you haven't got one. And if not, you could tell your mummy or your daddy what letters you think you need. So the first word is O. Mr, Mrs. Feel free, mummies or daddies, to pause the video at home if your child needs some more time. Asked, called, their, as in their book bag, as in something that belongs to somebody. Could, look. Now last word to try and spell, people. Okay, feel free to pause the video if you need some more time spelling the word. Okay, I'm going to reveal the words now, so by all means pause the video if you don't want to see them yet. Okay, children, perhaps you could have a little go now at actually marking your own. So tick any that are correct, but also you could correct any, if you made any mistakes, that's absolutely fine, but perhaps you could self-correct your mistakes so that you learn to see how the word is spelled. Perhaps you could use a different colour pencil to correct any mistakes. Okay, so let's continue on now. So now we've got two about nonsense words. So these words are alien words, so they don't sound like real words. This activity is a good one to practice to show that you are truly segmenting and blending, that you're being sound detectives, you're looking for any digraphs, trigraphs or split digraphs. You're then breaking up the word into the sounds and then blending those sounds together to form a word. So if at home you have a look at this first word here, if you want to put any sound button learning underneath, to recognise any sounds that you see, that would be a really good idea. Perhaps you could write the word out on a piece of paper at home and put your sound button learning underneath. And then have a go at segmenting and blending this first word. Okay, if you now have a go at the second word, and then in a second we'll go through them together. So do the same again, so you're writing out the word, then putting some sound buttons underneath to show that you recognise the sounds within the word, and then have a go at segmenting and blending. Okay, so let's have a look at this first alien word. So here you should have recognised shh. There's a digraph here in this alien word. This is an individual phoneme, and an individual phoneme. So each letter here is making the sound by itself. But with this digraph, it's the two letters that are making just the one sound, shh. So if we together have a go at segmenting and blending this alien word. So we've got sh, off, d, should. Well done if that's what you got at home. Let's have a look at our second word here. So we've got two digraphs in this word, so well done if you spotted them. We've got and we've got oi, and we've got an individual phoneme at the end, o. So let's segment and blend this alien word. Oi, o, soil. Now moving on to today's tricky word. So today's word is a contraction where two words are joined together using an apostrophe. So if you could say this word and then try and spell this word. And I'll give you a few seconds to do that. Okay, so we've got don't. So it's the two words, it's do and not put together as a contraction. So don't, and spelt D-O-N apostrophe T. Massive well done if you managed to spell that word. That is one of the year one objectives for English, is to learn to recognise and read contractions. Okay, so now we're about to reveal our sound of the day. Drum roll please at home. If you could, I'll try and make a drum roll sound in my house. Okay, our sound of the week this week is, see if you can get it. It is or. And children at home, if you can remember our phrase that goes with this digraph, or, tell your mummies and daddies it at home. Put a digraph line underneath it there. And let's have a look at our phrase. We've got or, cut with a saw. And if you do that nice sawing action at home to help you remember that digraph and phrase, or, or I cut with a saw. Now we're going to move on to an activity now. I'm going to drag things out of the box, and I'd like you to have a think about what I'm dragging out of the box. All of my items have the or sound in them. You need to tell your mummies or your daddies what that is. I know I've got a few more things hiding in here. Okay, and in a minute I'm going to put the words next to these objects to see if you were right. Okay, I think that's all of our pictures now, so have a go. See if you can think what all of these pictures are of, making sure that each of the words has got the or sound in. Digraph, A-W, or cut with a saw. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the words next to the pictures, and I'd like you to have a go at segmenting and blending. So let's have a go here. Have a go at our first one. Okay. Let's have a go. Move our words over to our pictures. Okay. Let's have a go at this first one here. Let's segment and blend. If you segment and blend at home. Okay, we've got or, straw. If you could segment and blend this word for me at home, remembering your robot arms or your wiggly wolf ears, or perhaps your lightsabers or your frozen ones. Or, prawn. Or, awful. Or, poor. Or, cruel. And then have a go at this. This is the challenge word here. Or, jigsaw. Well done if you were able to segment and blend all of those words. Okay, our next challenge, we'd like you to have a go at spelling these words. So we just had a look at these pictures. So we've got jigsaw, prawn, jaw, straw, and crawl. I'd like you to have a go at spelling those words, please. Please do pause the video at this point to allow you to write down the spellings for these words. Okay, thank you for pausing. I'm now going to reveal the spellings of the words for you to mark your own learning. Well done if you've got them right. And again, if you've made any mistakes, self-correct with a different colour pencil so that you learn from your mistakes, and perhaps you could have a go at writing the word again tomorrow. Okay, have a look at the words, mark your own, tick the ones that you've got correct, correct any mistakes. Perhaps you'd like to count up and see how many that you got. Okay, now our final task, this is where we read a sentence. Now what we've got to do here is use all that we've learnt in this lesson today to try and read this sentence. So look for any high frequency words that you might recognise, perhaps underline our digraph of the week, and have a go at segmenting and blending the words with the sound of the week in, and have a go at reading the sentence.